everyone, this is Sarah and welcome to my crochet channel. Now today's video I'm going to be showing you how to crochet my Cordial shopping bag. The original pattern was written, which is what this one is, made with a Cordial Red Heart yarn. But unfortunately, they don't make that yarn anymore, and I got a lot of questions about what can we substitute for that yarn. And so I'm going to be showing you with this yarn how to make it. Now this is a free crochet pattern on my blog, and you can find that link down in the notes underneath this video. Well, since the Cordial yarn from Red Heart is no longer available, I wanted to give you some different options for making this bag, and one of them is the Bernat Maker from Yarnspirations. It's a really nice yarn. It's considered a bulky number 5, and the yarn itself is about, I think, 72% cotton and 28% nylon, and that's a really good combination because you get the sturdiness of the cotton and just a little bit of stretch from the nylon. That way you can stick lots of things inside your bag. Now this pattern does call for a bulky number 5 yarn, so you can use any bulky number 5 yarn to make this pattern that you might have on hand. I do recommend that you try to use a yarn that is washable, because when you're going to the farmer's market or even just say to Sprouts or to any grocery store and you're sticking food and produce in this bag, it's going to need to be washed every time you use it, or you end up with mold and germs. And so you want to make sure that you use a yarn that is sturdy and can be washed often. And that's why this yarn is a really good choice. I'm going to be using this cream and this green color, and it's only going to take about half of each one, and you can see one has 8.8 ounces, but you really only need about 7.5 to 8 ounces to make the bag in total. And I'm going to be using 2 colors, so I'll have enough to make 2 bags. We're going to be stitching today with our K-hook, and the K-hook is a 6.50 millimeter crochet hook, and I found these really neat ones that have these nice soft handles, and this is by Boy if you're looking for those. You're going to need a needle, and make sure your needle has a nice big eye, because we're just going to need it for weaving in our ends. And of course you'll need your scissors. I'm going to begin with my cream yarn, and we'll be starting at the bottom of the bag. We'll make the bottom and then work our way around up. So we're going to begin with our slip knot, and we're going to chain 30 chains. And I do recommend that you chain this beginning chain just a little bit loose, because we're going to be stitching in those chains, of course, and working on both sides of the chain. I've chained my 30 chains. I'm going to begin by stitching 1 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those first 3 chains count as our first double crochet. And now I'm going to double crochet in each of the chains across. Continuing with 1 double crochet in each of the chains working across. Yarn over, go in the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops, yarn over and go through the second 2 loops. Whoops. So I'll continue working 1 double crochet in each of the chains across. I've worked a double crochet in each of the chains across until we reach this last chain, and we're going to put 2 double crochets in the last chain. Now we're going to turn our work, and we're going to be stitching back down the chain, and this is called working in the opposite or other side of the chain. And so what we'll do is we'll place our double crochet stitches, and we're going to put 2 right in this first stitch. That just makes a nice corner on our bag. Get a little more yarn out here. And then we'll stitch 1 double crochet in each of the chains back down the opposite side. And this makes a nice bottom for our bag. It'll be nice and sturdy, and none of our goodies will get out the bottom. See how that works? And we'll just continue stitching double crochets, working down the opposite side of the bag, or the opposite side of the chain, until we reach that end, and then we'll put 2 double crochets in the last stitch. So I'm working 1 double crochet in each of the stitches, working down the opposite side of the chain to make a nice sturdy bottom for my bag. So you can see I've worked my double crochets back up the opposite side or the other side of the chain. I'm in my last stitch, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets in that last stitch. And again, that just gives us a nice rounded corner on our bag. All right, here's my chain 3 that counted as my first double crochet. Bring that down. I'm going to join with a slip stitch and chain 3. So there's the bottom of our bag. All right, so now for row 2, we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around. Only 1 double crochet in each double crochet. There won't be any with 2 stitches in it. Now we're just forming the bottom sort of sides of our bag. We're going to start moving up the bag. So I'm going to be stitching double crochets, moving all the way around. I'll move around this corner, and then I'll come back up here and join to that chain 3, just stitching 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around. I have stitched that 1 row of double crochets working all the way around, only putting 1 stitch in each double crochet. I'm back here where we started, and I need to put 1 double crochet in that last stitch, and then I'm going to join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. And this is how the bottom should look. It kind of looks like a boat. Well, I'm going to flip that out because that is my outside and this is my inside. All right, so what we're going to do on this 3rd row is we're going to repeat what we did on the 2nd row. We're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around. So I'm just repeating what we did for row 2, I'm repeating it on row 3. 1 double crochet in each, double crochet around, and then we'll join again to the top of our chain 3. And then I'm going to show you how to do the open mesh work and the striping to make a really cute bag. Because even though this bag is useful, we'd like for it to be cute too. So basically, 1 double crochet in each double crochet around, join to the top of our chain 3. I've completed that 3rd row. I joined to the top of my chain 3, but I didn't chain 3 because we need to chain 4. This chain 4 counts as a double crochet chain 1. We're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. We'll chain 1, we'll skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next stitch, and this is going to form that open weave or lattice work for our bag. Skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip the next, double crochet in the next, and chain 1. And we'll do this all the way around our bag. So, just to repeat, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, all the way around. So I've done my double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 all the way around. I'm at my last chain 1, and we're going to join to the 3rd chain, not the 4th, because that 4th chain is our chain 1 for in between. Alright, so I join to the top of the chain 3 with a slip stitch, and normally we would go ahead and chain 4, but I'm going to change colors because I'm going to do every other row now, green and cream, green and cream. So I'm going to go ahead and join in my green, and now I'm going to do my chain 4. And you'll notice I'm not cutting off my cream yarn. I'm going to be trailing it up on the inside of my bag. Alright, so this chain 4 counts as a double crochet chain 1. And now I'm going to place a double crochet in the double crochet. And then chain 1. Looks like I got a little knot there. There we go. And this is the way that this row will work. Chain 1, double crochet in the double crochet, and chain 1. And we'll do this all the way around. Our double crochets are placed in the double crochet, and we chain 1. Double crochet, chain 1. Double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm going to be striping my bag, doing every other row, cream, green, cream, green. You do not have to stripe your bag, or you can stripe it a whole bunch. You can change colors as many times as you want, or you can make it all in one color. It's your bag. Alright, so I'm going to continue on around, stitching double crochet in the double crochet and chain 1. And this is going to give us our nice mesh look. That way our vegetables and things can breathe a little when we put them in there. And it also gives the bag a nice amount of stretch, so we can put a lot of things in there. Alright, so I'm stitching double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, all the way around, and then I'll join again to the chain 3. I've completed the green row, stitching as we talked about, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, my last chain 1, and again I'm going to join in the chain 3 with a slip stitch. And because I'm changing colors, I'm not going to do my chain 3 yet. If you're going to keep your color the same, go ahead and do your chain 3. But I'm going to be switching back and forth from my 2 colors. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my cream color again, snug that down, and chain 4. Now, there we go. Because remember, our chain 3 or our chain 4 counts as a double crochet chain 1. And then on the inside, I'll be trailing that yarn up inside. If I didn't, I'd have to tie it off and weave it in every row. And this is how it should look at this point. And so what we're going to do is we're going to continue stitching the same row of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet for as many rows as needed for the length of the bag. If you're making the bag according to the pattern that I have written, you'll need to repeat row 5, which is the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet for 9 more rows. I'm going to be switching colors, but whether you're changing colors or keeping all one color, you need to repeat row 5 for 9 more rows, which is the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, repeat for 9 more rows. So I've completed the amount of rows that I want for my bag. Now, if you want your bag to be longer, you can add as many rows in here as you want to. If you want a really long bag, or if you want a really short bag, it's up to you how many rows that you put in there. All right, now, we're going to form the top of the bag now. So when I join to my chain 3, I chained 3, and I'm staying with my green color to finish off my bag. I'm going to place a double crochet in the chain 1 space. Then I'm going to double crochet in the double crochet. Double crochet in the chain 1 space. And double crochet in the double crochet. And this is just to make a nice band around the top of our bag before we add our handles. So basically we're putting a double crochet in each double crochet and a double crochet in each chain 1 space. Makes a nice sturdy band for our handles. And we'll do this, 1 double crochet in each double crochet in each chain 1 space, all the way around the top of our bag, and then we'll join back to the top of that chain 3. As we've stitched our rows around, you may have noticed that your join has come in. And so what we need to do in order to put our handles on evenly is we need to slip stitch back to this corner. So we'll just go in and stitch slip stitches back the way we came in order to get our handles on evenly. We don't want them on crooked. So now my beginning is even, and you should have a total of 58 stitches around so that we can center our handles. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet in the first 9, actually first 8, because we're going to chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 8 stitches, which will give us a total of 9 double crochets. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so my chain 3 counts is my first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets, and then I'm going to chain 26. And this is for my handle. I've chained my 26 chains, and now I'm going to skip 11 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm going to join to that 12th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with a double crochet. And then I'm going to stitch 8 more. All right, let's count. Here's our first one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so that is the front of our bag. Now I'm going to turn to the back, and I'm going to repeat what I just did. I'm going to stitch 9 double crochets. I'm going to chain 26. I'm going to skip 11 and then finish off with the 9 double crochets. So I need to stitch 9 more double crochets. Alright, let me count to make sure I've got enough here. Here's our original 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I need 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need 1 more. Alright, so now I'm going to chain 26 like I did on the front. I've chained my 26, and then I counted over my 9. I just went ahead and put a pin in there so I'd know where to go in. And of course we're joining with a double crochet again in the next stitch after the 11. And then we're just going to finish stitching over those last 9 stitches. So 1, there's 3, so I stitched those 9 stitches. I'm going to join to the top of the chain 3 and chain 3. And this is where you need to look at your handles. Make sure everything's lined up. Everything looks good. Here's my front handle. Here's my back handle. And I like this size of handle. If you want your handle to be just a little bit longer, you can add more chains. If you want it to be shorter, you can of course add less chains. It's up to what you prefer. And that's one of the neat things about this pattern, is that it's very versatile. All right, now just for this last row, we're just going to stitch 1 double crochet in each double crochet around and in each chain. So I'm stitching in these first double crochets. All right, here's the last one. And then I'll just stitch 1 double crochet in each of these chains. So remember not to stitch those chains too tightly, or you won't be able to get this hook through there, because The K-hook's a pretty good sized hook. And by stitching double crochet on the chain, it makes a nice sturdy handle. And that's how the last row will work. One double crochet in each double crochet in the chains, one double crochet in each double crochet all the way around, one double crochet in each of the chains. We'll end up with our double crochets and join back to our chain 3, and we'll be finished. I finished this last row, one double crochet in each double crochet and in each chain for the handles. And all I have left to do is join to my chain 3, cut my yarn, and tie off. And of course I'm going to do that to the inside. And then I want to show you, there we go, pull that to the inside. I want to show you this, and this is the inside of my bag. And see these stitches? They're very loose, and this is where I carried my colors up so that I didn't have to tie off and weave in every color. So now all I have to do is weave in this one piece of yarn, and of course down here where I joined the green. And that made it a lot easier. I made sure it was stretchy enough that it didn't affect the bag, and you can't even tell that I did it from the outside, and it does not get in the way of putting things inside. So that's how you make a Cordial shopping bag. It's super easy, and the neat thing about it is you can make the length that you want, you can make the handles the length that you want, and you have several yarn choices that you can use because any number 5 bulky yarn will work for this project. It also makes a good yarn bag.